Hey everyone, it's Amanda again. I am just sending another message today. So today is Tuesday, or Education Tuesday, and for Tuesdays, if I can think of anything, I like to send out a little knowledge, psychoeducation, something that'll help you learn more or be more aware of things that are going on with how you think, feel, or behave. So for today, because I had a tip yesterday about letting go of people's opinions of you, and sometimes that can be really hard to do if you don't have a lot of self-confidence. So for today, what I wanted to do was give you 3 tips for improving your self-confidence. So tip number 1 is to raise your awareness about yourself. So if you want to improve your confidence, the first thing you have to do is recognize where there might be a problem with your confidence. So this includes, again, I always tell people, think of thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. So thoughts that you might want to change, or thoughts that you feel aren't very confident, feelings about things, or things that make you feel less confident. You get that feeling like, oh, I don't know, and then that leads to a thought. Become aware of what causes those feelings or what triggers those feelings, and your behaviors. So becoming aware of behaviors you have that are not confident behaviors. So these might be things like isolating yourself, or retreating, or avoiding certain situations that you don't feel confident in. So the first step is becoming aware of those things. So write those things down. Maybe take a week and do an awareness inventory. Write down your thoughts, write down your feelings, write down your behaviors, anything that you notice relating to self-confidence. So tip number 2 is, once you have written down all those things and you're looking at them on paper, that can be really hard sometimes to think about or to look at all of the ways that you're not confident. That can be overwhelming. So tip number 2 is be a good friend to yourself. And when I tell my clients this, be a good friend to yourself, what I'm saying is, remember that the way that we talk to ourselves is often way more critical and mean than we would ever talk to our friends. So when you're saying things to yourself, or doing things, or feeling certain ways, say, if my friend were thinking this, what would I tell them? If my friend were feeling this way about this situation, what would I tell them? If my friend were doing this behavior, what would I tell them? So for example, if I'm in a social situation and my first thought is, oh my gosh, all these people here are so much prettier than me, my friend, who I can think of one of my friends right now, would be like, oh, stop it. You are too pretty. You're gorgeous. Don't say things like that about yourself. So that is how we need to talk to ourselves. That's the first step, really, is catching ourselves being mean and say, be a better friend to yourself. Okay, so use that self-talk. Tip number 3 is change your story or change your narrative. We all have stories we tell ourselves. We all have narratives that we tell ourselves. And those stories are things that we develop from being a young child, from creating habits, to creating habits of thoughts that we have, to the way other people have talked about us our entire lives, or maybe how we were raised. We have a narrative or a story about ourselves that we tell ourselves and that we tell other people. And sometimes that story or narrative can be very limiting. And so if it's limiting, then it makes us not confident. So if someone has ever told you, money doesn't grow on trees, you might have a story that you aren't good enough to make a lot of money, or that you will never be rich because money doesn't grow on trees, so you could possibly never achieve being rich, right? Because there's just not enough of it out there. That is a story we tell ourselves. So if that's the story that you tell yourself, change it, because we have the power to change our thoughts, which changes our feelings, which changes our behavior. So if you change your story and you say, you know what, there's so much money out there that all I have to do is find a way to get my hands on some and to attract it to me and let people know I'm looking for it and let the universe know I'm open to receive it. And so that's the story I'm going to tell myself, right? Huge change there. So again, in order to help improve your confidence, the 3 things you're going to do are you're going to become aware of ways in which you're not confident by looking at your thoughts, your feelings, and your behaviors. Number 2, you're going to be a better friend to yourself. You're going to change how you talk to yourself, and you're not going to be mean. You're going to be a good friend to yourself. And number 3, you're going to look at how you talk to yourself and what your story or narrative is that you tell yourself and that you tell other people, and you're going to change it. And you're going to change that to a story or a narrative that you want. Even if you feel like you don't have it yet, make your story or your narrative something that you want or the person that you want to be. If you talk to yourself as if you're the person you want to be, then you will have more confidence moving forward. Okay, hopefully that helped some of you out there, and hopefully that helps some of you with my video that I did yesterday about letting go of the opinions of others. So hope you have a great week, and I'll probably be back tomorrow with some self-care tips for Self-Care Wednesday. So if you like these videos, please let me know. I'm trying to do more video because I feel like we don't read as much and we watch videos and they're easier to access. So if you do like these videos that I'm doing or these little messages that I send out, please just like this post and I will do more of them. All right, thanks. Have a great day.